Welcome back, America. We're here with our friend, former senior official at the National Security Council under President Trump, Richard Goldberg. He's also with the Foundation for the Defense of Democracy, senior advisor, and that is a fantastic organization that's been around a long time, helping to fight the Soviets, the Cold War, and helping to win it. Richard Goldberg, I want to ask you a question about something. You've worked in the Trump administration. You've worked in a number of positions and places. You're a red-blooded, true blue American. And you are seeing, and you've commented on, and I certainly have, this spread of anti-Semitism throughout Western Europe, throughout aspects of the United States. We have a president who's really heroic, who is fighting it every way that he can. He's got a full government effort to fight it in colleges and universities, and he signed an expansion to the Civil Rights Act to include Jewish students and to protect them and so forth and so on. Yet there's other elements in the extreme of the Republican Party, a cabal of sort of grifters, self-identified influencers. And there's a whole party in the Democrat Party that embraces the Marxists and the Islamists. What do you make of all this?
Well, Mark, you're right. I mean, this is a real cancer that's poisoning some elements of our party as well. And it has no place, certainly in American history and tradition. We are one of the most philo-Semitic countries from birth when you look at our founders, at our founding documents. And we have a president who I believe is not just the most pro-Israel, but most philo-Semitic president in the history of our country, and that should be celebrated. And the polling shows that most Americans do celebrate that. Because you know what? When there is anti-Semitism, there is anti-Americanism at its core. We know that. We know that in the United Nations. The UN doesn't just become anti-Semitic and throw its weight against Israel. It's attacking America every day, as President Trump told the world in his UN speech, whether it's funding migration to invade our border or conducting warfare against American energy. They hate America, and they hate Israel, and they hate Jews. This is true of Islamists. It's true of right-wing radicals. It's true of left-wing radicals. But the American people, I think, are smarter than all of this, and they understand that the Jewish community in America, that Israel, these are pro-American voices. These are people fighting every day to make America the greatest country in the world, to have an American-led century, with Israel being one of our closest allies. And I'm personally, as somebody who has been in 2 Trump administrations, very thankful for the President of the United States for leading and being a strong voice in support of the Jewish community and support of Israel.
What do you make of the same elements that we're talking about who try to use Benjamin Netanyahu as the foil? They're using it as a foil, but they're really attacking the state of Israel, the Jewish people, and aren't they also attacking Christianity, since we're talking about the holy places of Christianity as well? And we know full well, if Israel can't defend them or Israel ceases to exist, they're all going to be destroyed too.
Well, let me just say that we have one of the most incredible ambassadors to Israel from the United States, and Ambassador Huckabee, who is himself a Christian Zionist, a strong supporter of the state of Israel. And he can speak eloquently far more than I ever can about the connections of Christian faith and the Bible to the state of Israel, to the people of Israel, and the values that we share. But I think more importantly to me, there is a national interest at stake in understanding that people who are trying to undermine our relationship with Israel are working against our national interest. Whether it is in defense technologies, in science, in health, in agriculture, a whole range of technologies, we are just tied at the hip with Israel to make America stronger every day. The value that we get out of our relationship with Israel is so strong, and it's seen across the world, and it's feared across the world by our shared enemies.
And it's my view, Richard Goldberg, that if Israel didn't exist, all the other countries in the Middle East, all of which are dictatorships, they'd fall in line behind China and Russia, maybe even Iran. They'd have no reason to be associated with the United States. They'd have no ties to a Judeo-Christian nation like ours. And they would just, as a matter of course, fall in line with the other totalitarian regimes. If the state of Israel wasn't there, I believe we'd be in a hell of a big problem, geopolitically, militarily, and even with energy.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.